Any expense or part two. Any expense, part two. Any expense or damage incurred by these organic states or any American state citizen as a result of action undertaken by any federal agency personnel acting as armed mercenaries on American state soil will be understood as the result of violent crimes committed against the peaceful inhabitants of the land and will incur immediate judgment liquidating the assets of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the Federal Reserve in payment of the stipulated reparations. Such crimes shall also be considered contract default, increasing the public debt subject to the bounty. Read again. Such crimes shall. Okay, looking at it again. Such crimes shall be considered contract default, increasing the public debt subject to bounty. And see, that's why, because them debt notes are basically debt notes, and then that's why I told you I go ahead and they're negotiable instruments. So that's why when I use them, I stamp them authorized for discharge in good faith. So that clears me from the debt. And then when the people that don't want to comply would allow me to do that, the debt is on them because I'm telling them I want to do this. Now there's just some things that's kind of hard to do. Like if you, or at least I have not found the solution to it. Like when you order some online, that's kind of difficult. But I'm still searching for the way. But everything I do is in good faith to be an honor, to come be found out of her. Any and all corporate officers of the United States or any successor organizations inheriting federal service contracts who support, condone, or promote such crimes against the American state or against American state citizens shall be subject to arrest and prosecution for commercial and violent crimes. All foreign officials operating as elected or appointed officials All foreign officials operating as elected or appointed officials of the United States of America minor who support, condone, or promote such crimes against the American state or against the American state citizens shall be subject to arrest, confiscation of their assets, and deportation to Puerto Rico, Guam, and such other states as may be willing to receive them. Such foreign officials include members of the American and British Bar Association who are licensed to act as privateers against the interests of American states and American state citizens from 1845 to 2013 in flagrant breach of trust. All such licenses are now extinguished. Members of the Bar Association are required to cease and desist assaults against the American states and American state citizens and shall be subject to arrest, confiscation, and deportation otherwise. Insomuch as corporate officers operating the United States of America Incorporated, the United States have contrived under conditions of fraud and Semitic deceit to revenue the estates of the American states and living American state citizens to the foreign jurisdiction of the United States of America minor. They are found guilty. See, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to make you do that. They are found guilty of capital crimes, including acts of fraud and treason committed between 1933 and 1945, and are condemned posthumously. Insomuch as elected officials operating in the United States of America minor have similarly committed war crimes against the American state and their peaceful inhabitants during the same time period, they stand condemned posthumously. No enforcement upon any American state or American state citizen is owed as a result of any act of any Congress operating as the sovereign government of the United States of America minor, nor as the board of directors or board of trustees of any incorporated entity whatsoever. All those estates and estates erroneously believed to represent the American states and American state citizens in which we conveyed by fraud and legal deceit to the United States of America minor, and more recently to the city-state of the United Nations, are revenued without exception to the geographically defined American state and American state citizens, where they shall remain in perpetuity as assets belonging to the rightful and lawful beneficiaries. All legal fiction entities, however structured and named after the American state and American state citizens, are returned to them and their control, free and clear of any debt, promise, encumbrance, or obligation alleged against them as a result. Of false claims made in their behalf by officers of the United States of America, Inc., and the United States, Inc., or by any foreign official operating the United States of America minor, or the United Nations city state falsely claiming to represent them or have jurisdiction over them. We note that the current circumstances is in part the result of criminal acts engaged in 150 years ago, which resulted in the commercial enslavement of African Americans who were similarly claimed as chattels backing U.S. government debt in the wake of the Civil War. Despite every act of abolition and declaration of prohibition against both peonage and slavery, it has been the policy of the U.S. government to enslave its citizens to operate as rogue state among the nations of the world. Instead of freeing African Americans, the sum total result of the Civil War was to vastly expand public sector ownership of slaves, giving rise to the outrageous and improper claim that they have been made against the American state and the American state citizens that we are dealing with today. It is uniquely fitting that the Grand Army of the Republic is recalled to settle this circumstance in favor of the people. In other words, that's why I'm claiming my true nationality, claiming getting away from their color of law, color of authority, which really, like he just told you, they don't have no authority. They're basically acting, and that's their God told them that. So I've just proven right there that my actions are in good faith. I'm not held responsible under their color of law and deception. So everything they do in deception, that's on them. They ain't got nothing to do with me, because I didn't do that. And like I said, the things I do out of ignorance, as I learn, as I know better, I do better. So that's why I say I reserve the right, all rights reserved, without prejudice, to always update my resume as far as, like I said, plug in the truth where the lies are, out of deception and fraud. Because all of my actions are in good faith to do what is right. And that's why I also say the claim that Yahusha said, forgive my debtors. He said, forgive my debts as I forgive my debtors. So he's forgiven all my past sins, all my past debt. And now it's my intent to forgive all of their debt by authorization to discharge and set it off. Owe no man anything but love. Shalom.